What the fuck are you doing the whole time? I just heard typing in the background. What are
Oh,
you
I
doing?
have to. I have to write a 5-page paper on why QuickBooks is a good platform for accounting.
Dude, you better not be on Twitter going off on people. That's all I better say.
Well, I don't have a commentary account, so I can't do that.
Patrick will be typing shit like Hogan's innocent and shit.
Patrick, don't he kind of look like Daniel Bryan from his GM days?
Well, yeah, Daniel Bryan with a drug problem, but
Don't even have a drug problem.
Daniel Bryan has decided not to become a professional wrestler.
Your mama.
Oh, if he wanted to live in his mama's basement.
Your mama.
That's fucked up. Do you let Patrick clown you?
Daniel
You
Bryan
let.
if he decided to marry Mama June instead of
Oh.
Your mama.
instead of Brie Bella, because he's not eating.
No, you let me.
Damn, on my day, really.
Oh, no, the fuck you didn't. Have you?
It's Garfield the cat's birthday. He's like 49 this year, or something like that.
Oh, so you can acknowledge Garfield, but not Harambe.
Well, I acknowledge Harambe by deed.
Hey, white person always plays Garfield. That's why he
Bullshit.
acknowledges it.
Can we fucking switch this layout? How the fuck do I switch this layout?
Sure, if you want to switch it. Do you want this?
No, like make us even on the screen. That one. That's fine.
Wasn't this the one we were just fucking on?
You said what?
I'm just on this one.
That's the one that I want.
Why the fuck do you want me to change it?
I don't want you to change it from this one. It didn't look like this before.
It look.
When my hand goes up, your mouth goes what?
Your mama opens up.
You know what? That's why
Oh,
your mama abandoned you.
That's why Patrick's mama fucked every NFL Hall of Famer and couldn't stay.
Yikes. She turned Jim McMahon into a Hall of Fame quarterback.
yeah, probably.
Ye- Your mama made Jim Kelly lose all those Super Bowls.
Story has it, the Bears won the Super Bowl, and my brother was born 9 months later.
Oh, so your parents
So
celebrate
so
everything.
you
but
so
Patrick-
you're
We can do the math then.
so you're the disappointment.
Well, yeah. No, that's been understood.
You're no
It's
fun.
my brother and my sister.
You're no fun.
It's my brother and my
You
sister.
don't.
Robin.
You get no attention from me. Yeah, we get it. It's your brother and your sister who are the fucking big shots. We get it. You get no more attention from me.
Okay, sorry.
Mm,
It's no fun now to crack on Patrick because he just fucking joins in.
all right, he's too depressed.
You know who
Pretty
should
much.
you know who should have joined in, Patrick? Brandon Bostic's hands when he checked into the game.
Well, then he would have
You wanna
dropped
know
a
why-
mouse
you
and
wanna
couldn't
know why
click
he went up and
correctly.
caught? He went up and caught because Jordy Nelson couldn't.
Yeah, Jordy Nelson was all 8 months away from tearing his ACL. He had to protect him.
All Jordy Nelson had to do was just jump a little.
Have you been to a Steelers game before?
No,
Say night.
me? Yeah,
Yes.
I went to a Steelers game. Well, I went to a Packers game when they happened to play the Steelers.
No. Have you been to a Steelers game before?
Technically, yes.
That's
I just
interesting.
Smacked my fucking phone off this.
That's interesting.
I know.
You know,
I'm
you
a
and
big
Ben
time Steelers
Roethlisberger-
fan now that AA Ron.
You know, you and Ben
Aaron's
Roethlisberger have
on
a
the
lot
team.
of similarities.
Shape.
I haven't raped anybody yet.
Oh wow.
The fact that you said yeah, first off, the views that he
The views that he has on this show match.
I'll be canceled.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Looks like we're bringing back another host.
They represent just Brett Duffy and Brett Duffy alone.
Jesus. What is wrong with you? So can we discuss the elephant in the room of the greatest?
How much time do we got?
We got all the time in the world to discuss the greatest women's champion of all time, Mercedes Moné.
We've been gone so long, our truth got fired and rehired and changed his name.
You know what? First off,
no, Trish Stratus.
It's not Trish Stratus. It's Mercedes.
I know you're not hyping up Layla.
It's Mercedes Moné.
Caitlyn.
What about Eve Torres?
Jillian Hall's like 2-hour reign.
Cherry from Deuce and Domino.
Was she even a champion?
You're just.
What about Jillian Hall?
You're just hating. You're just hating because of the fact that you're going off of when she was Sasha Banks, not her whole resume.
Kelly.
Mercedes Moné.
Oh, you want to go TNA? You want to go Velvet Sky? We're going TNA here.
Yeah, she lives like I think she lives like 20 minutes from me. She lives somewhere in like Hartford.
That's kind of creepy.
I'm sorry. I live like 15 minutes away from Bob Backlund.
Poor Bob Backlund.
I know.
Is he still alive?
Well, he lives here.
He's making Darren Young great again.
Oh, that was a fun time in life.
You should have won the IC title.
Was that the same time when Titus O'Neil like French kissed his son on pay-per-view?
What the fuck was
this?
What?
No, it was Money in the Bank 2016. He came. I think they had a tag title match or something like that. His son's in the front row, so he goes in and like gives him like the wettest kiss you'll ever see.
Oh my gosh!
We're talking about when he was with Bob Backlund. They were already broken up at this point.
Stop it! Just
Patrick's like, remember when Titus
with
his son?
Stop the visuals! Stop the visuals! Bring back Duffy! Oh my gosh! Stop! Just bring back Duffy. Just bring back Duffy.
He could have came back Sunday, but he said he had nothing.
He had to go. He had to be in the locker room shooting up steroids.
Man's a junkie. That's why he's going to the gym. Not really a gym. It's just some guy's gym's house.
Patrick offered to give him tips.
Mm-hmm. I don't know tips for what, but I'll give him tips.
So are we going to talk about wrestling, or what the hell are we doing?
So anywho,
I mean, you tried to, but like,
I don't know. It's pre-show chatter.
Why? You're just a hater. You can deny it all you want to. You're a hater. It ain't Becky Lynch. I'm gonna tell you that much.
So MJF did the worst El Grande Americano ripoff last night.
Shut your fucking mouth. We're not getting past Mercedes Moné.
What about Miss Tessmacher's title?
Right? CEO. Well, but Taryn Terrell.
She's better than Becky Lynch. She's better than Becky Lynch. Mercedes Moné did more than in 1 year than Becky Lynch has done in her whole career.
Mercedes ain't no Riho.
Well, first off,
what about Nyla Rose?
Hold on a minute. Speaking of Riho, did you hear that the fucking side plates are like a dedication to their inaugural champions or whatever? Like the women's belt is supposed to have Riho on it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, is she even in AEW still? Where the fuck is she at?
But the thing is, the side plates are probably heavier than she is.
Okay.
But where's she at? She's not even.
She's still there. I think it's visa issues or some shit.
No, she has like the Pac deal where she shows up for like 2 months and then goes back to Japan for
2 months lucky, more like 2 weeks.
This
yeah,
is gonna.
just like Pac, who shows up then goes back to England for.
It's her and like Hikaru Shida have like the same shit. They show for like 2 weeks a year and then they're gone.
Granted, that is
figures.
Like-
Tony Khan's booking
like-
style.
Like, you remember when we thought Hikaru Shida was gonna be like the face of the women's division, and then like she just disappeared out of
was.
nowhere.
She was at one point, and then like
She was no face of no
talent
women's.
caught
People thought
For
that
a
Britt
good- for a
Baker
good-
was.
for a good
No.
chunk of
Let's-
her title reign. She was her first
No.
title reign.
Let's just fucking be real, okay? Blonde hair, blue eyed, Tony Storm came into AEW and he fucking threw her.
Yep.
He threw her down, and that's what happened.
Yeah, but now she's
Not gonna lie, I'm getting a little. The gimmicks kind of wearing off.
Oh yeah, it was always had a shelf life.
What the fuck are they doing? What is the build up?
I don't
Tony
know,
Storm has a
but
lesbian
the build
fantasy.
to it. It's a lose-lose situation
Yeah,
because you pretty much fed the whole division to those two.
and the only one that really had any steam that could have taken over is now in WWE. So
Who?
It's getting
Mariah May,
who
she had steam to take over
who
Mariah May or
No.
Blake Monroe.
exactly.
I'm sorry.
Listen, Mariah May was gonna listen. They all eventually end up going to WWE.
And what about Jamie Hayter? Wasn't she supposed to be like the next big thing?
She got hurt. She got hurt during her title reign, and then she was gone for like 2 years. They returned her on like the All In pre-show, completely forgotten about, and then she just got injured again.
Oh.
I just find it funny that Mercedes Moné is gonna win their women's title, and then as soon as her contract is up, she's going back to WWE.
Honestly,
it's just-
Mercedes should win it all.
Well, it depends. It depends if Bailey, because Bailey's deal's up like in like a year. Bailey could very
Bailey
well. Bailey should probably leave
Bailey
and go
ain't
to
fucking,
AEW.
Bailey ain't fucking going nowhere.
They'll pay Bailey.
They're gonna pay Bailey. They're gonna pay Bailey. They're not gonna lose her.
They couldn't let our troop walk.
Yeah.
They're not gonna let Bailey walk.
Yeah, but Bailey's not as beloved as R-Truth.
We present to you Pammy.
Family.
It's gonna be
Family.
Bailey with an I instead of Bailey with a Y.
Jesus. What the fuck?
Uh,
So
But I could see-
Cooked. Fucking cooked.
who is?
That what AEW women's division.
well, yeah, 'cause they have no direction, and
It's fucked.
they have no legitimate like big name talent outside of Mercedes and
What's
Tony.
still
But
wild is that Tony
There's-
Storm, Mercedes Moné is likely going to be the biggest women's match of that weekend.
It's because they don't fucking. Isn't Evolution the same weekend?
Yep, Evolution's the next night.
it's next night. But what's
One
even
point
gonna main
five.
event? What's even gonna main event the
It'll
Evolution?
probably be Rhea versus someone.
It's probably gonna be Rhea versus Io.
Yeah.
Run that back. And then who do you give?
W-
Who do you give?
WWE
Tiff-
WWE has a problem on their hands, and I'm gonna tell you what it is.
Rhea's hitting dangerous.
Green
territory.
Bay, huh?
What's in Green Bay? Hold up. What up?
Green Bay
Well,
was,
Raw's in Green Bay.
Green Bay was dead.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
Yeah.
Green Bay.
Yeah.
No,
Green
the
Ba-
crowd was hot on Monday.
no, they weren't. Green Bay was dead.
It doesn't matter.
Rhea Ripley fucking comes out and the crowd explodes. That woman they got a conundrum on their hands because now you almost have to. EO is serviceable as champ, but it's clear that
They don't give a
it's
fuck about EO's
She
champ.
she she
yeah.
hasn't even defended the title since she won it.
She hasn't wrestled since the Rhea tag, since like Rhea and her like kind of separated.
And
Yeah.
then like the biggest thing they did was have her put over Nikki Bella.
Yeah.
Nikki Bella
I
paved the way for her.
I
I
think
know.
but you know what though? I think Stephanie is on her way. Vakir is on her way.
Because then
I think she's on her
but
way.
but the issue becomes but the issue is with the reason why Becky or Julia didn't win the Money in the Bank, probably because he didn't want to face the too much too quick backlash that everybody gets.
They wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't. Julia maybe. I don't think Stephanie would have gotten it.
But that's an inherent risk because Stephanie, you can easily have her win the Rumble and get her
Julia's
where she needs to go.
Julia is not as over as Stephanie right now.
Julia's getting that U.S.
No.
title at Evolution.
Thank God. Thank
Yeah,
God.
that shit's gone downhill since Chelsea lost it.
Because
because Chelsea made it work. Even if she wasn't on the show, she just is just constantly entertaining.
I just don't understand how SmackDown and Raw could be booked like night and day.
I hate that SmackDown's going back to 2 hours.
No, yeah, they barely have enough time.
It's way too much talent, and you got Raw doing like 2.5, and then you got SmackDown doing a solid 2.
But like Raw does like maybe an hour 45 of actual show.
Well, it's actually 2.5 hours if you don't live in the U.S.
Well, unfortunately, I do live in the U.S.
Like this Monday, I was in Scotland.
I don't even have to do that. But I don't get any commercials for some reason.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's probably because you're so close to the Mexican border. They just
Oh Jesus!
Good Lord, here we go.
Bobby's siphoning
Yeah.
the government's wife.
Here we go.
Yeah. It's all about a Greg Abbott's plan to secede from the U.S.
First off, okay. First, hold on a minute. Let's make something abundantly clear.
Unfortunately, he has no leg to stand on. So
this man is so in line with Trump. That is the dumbest statement that you could make in a pro-Republican state.
Terry said, "Hey."
But anywho, so who's winning? Who's winning Queen of the Ring?
Like
Because now it's what?
What the fuck's left?
Is it Roxy? It's Roxy and what is it?
I would have said Roxanne before Liv got hurt. Now, I don't know why I'm leaning towards Alexa.
It's not going to be Alexa. It's going to be Asuka.
Like they run Asuka versus Io.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
What do you do with Rhea? Because apparently you can't have a women's title match without Rhea for some reason.
They do what they did at WrestleMania. They fucking get Booker into it.
They're lucky she's super over because they're hitting dangerous territories with Rhea.
They ain't hitting no damn dangerous territory. That woman's so damn over.
It's getting a little dangerous.
It's like
they're lucky she's super over with the crowd.
No, it's like
it's getting
bullshit. No, it's like Stone Cold Steve Austin back in the day, bro. That motherfucker. They did not get tired of that motherfucker.
I don't know.
yeah.
But you got to remember.
She's only on top for.
But you got to remember something.
Jay,
but you got to. Damn, can I speak? Damn.
I'm waiting on you to speak.
But you got to remember something. But Rhea's not overexposed. Like, she doesn't wrestle every week. She came out for 5 minutes She came out for 5 minutes on Raw. So that's what's got going for her. She's not overexposed.
Yeah. I mean, I like Rhea. It's just I don't
No,
know
you don't.
why they can't have the title move forward without her just for a little bit.
You wish Becky was getting those reactions.
Well, it's the same reason why they couldn't with Charlotte. Someone that they
I
can
mean, Becky
trust
did at one point.
to
Becky is
well, yeah,
boring.
Back when the man shit started, she started getting those reactions.
yeah, and she held
That
on
shit's
to it
old.
until and the
For
best thing that
Becky, the
happened to
man
Becky
shit,
was
getting pregnant. The
the no the
the
pandemic
yeah
forcing crowds
yeah
out of.
the man shit went probably finished like done when they didn't give
When
Shayna the
she,
title.
when she debuted it.
No, it was literally she was the most over wrestler at that point when that shit debuted.
Yeah, and then
It
they had to do the cheap shoehorn
Vampire
Charlotte
Shayna.
into the title match.
They didn't need that. They still didn't need. She was the worst that night.
Well, the worst was that the match went on at like 12:30 at night.
Oh, that was brutal.
I felt so bad for Joan Jett. Yeah, I'll play WrestleMania, but
That
you're gonna play at 1 a.m.
that crowd died right after Kofi Mania. That's when the
Yeah,
crowd was completely out of it.
man, that was just.
Holy shit! I wish that was a 2 night fucking show.
Well, every WrestleMania from what
Felt
34,
like a
what
fucking
30?
week long show.
It was like 33, 34, 35 were just.
33 I thought was fine. It was just the main event was an all-time stinker
Well, and
because
yeah,
Undertaker couldn't move.
well they did get paid. Like the crowd was up after the Goldberg Lesnar that 5 minute.
Sadly, Goldberg's
Fif-
best match of his career.
He didn't even do anything. Like that's that bar was so low for that match.
It
but
is.
but but it was
The
but it
bar is
was
so low for Goldberg
but
in
it
general.
was a good 5 minute finisher spam.
Like this motherfucker, I'm so pissed at Goldberg. This motherfucker got me cheering Gunther at Saturday Night Main Event.
Well, yeah, well, and,
Gunther,
and
Gun, Gunther, by the way, said, "I'm next. I guess I could spare 3 minutes."
Yeah, that match should not go beyond 5
and
minutes
I and
at
I
most.
swear to God, if Goldberg wins and Rollins doesn't
I think it's.
right away
I still
cash
believe
in,
that's on the table. I
but
don't think
but
Goldberg's going to win, but I think it's on the table.
but
Rollins,
I
Rollins is not cashing in on Gunther.
no, but if Goldberg wins, easily just cash in. You give Goldberg his moment. You let his
No,
7 foot
because that
son.
ruins the whole point.
No, but no, you
It's
don't.
supposed to be Goldberg. Goldberg's final match is going to be losing to Seth Rollins.
Sure.
I don't think Goldberg would agree to that.
He's not. He's not gonna. Y'all are missing it. Seth Rollins is not gonna cash in on Goldberg.
Nope.
He's not gonna cash in on Gunther.
I think it's going to be Cena.
Seth Rollins is cashing in on Cena. They're gonna move Gunther to SmackDown, and then they're gonna move LA Knight to Raw.
So they're gonna have both world champions on SmackDown.
They're
No,
gonna
they're going to move
move
the WWE title.
Gunther. They're gonna move Gunther to SmackDown as world champion, and then they're gonna move the WWE title. They're gonna move it to Raw.
Then all the symmetry is gonna be wrong, because then the WWE title, tag
They'll
titles,
probably
and
move the
the
women's world title over.
it's Tiffy time.
The
That
issue,
reign needs to end.
the issue is her reign, but her reign is not bad.
It's not bad, but it's not good either. Like I'm ready.
It's
I'm ready for a Naomi heel championship run.
there's
Oh
no
yeah.
it's here it, and then what they're gonna do the same thing. It doesn't matter who's the champion. Here's the issue. The issue is that I'm starting to see what they're doing. They're counter staggering shows like fucking 2 weeks out. And then they're building like 10 matches at a time where 5 matches will be put here. Then a week later they'll have a show where those show will already have those matches set up as well.
And they're all feuding with Jey Uso.
And they're few exactly. They're counter staggering shows, which is weird.
Yeah,
It doesn't
because you go
We
because you
keep
go
you
from
guys by
what
the whole
Mania to
show.
Backlash to
Like if you think about it, who during Triple H's era has had a good title reign?
Cody.
N- Cody
I
had a
thought Cody's reign was good. Seth's first world title. Well, I don't know why I'm saying first. Seth's world title reign was good.
Cody's reign was not good.
Cody's
Just
this.
reign was
because
good.
no, it wasn't. Just
Cody's reign
because
was
he
good. It
no, it
wasn't
No,
great.
wasn't.
It
No,
wasn't great.
no,
It was not great.
no,
It was
no.
no,
good.
Livs was
sir,
good.
no,
The
no.
No, I don't think Livs was good either because Liv reign was literally just wait till Rhea's cleared.
That's exactly and and Cody's reign wasn't good either.
well, it
It wa-
had a couple good matches because it started off with that epic the AJ Styles match in France.
but
The
who was
only down thing to Cody's title reign was the solo shit.
but I mean you can't really say that because Roman came back.
But they
It
never
wasn't good. It
doubled
wasn't
back to.
Roman's fault, but it just wasn't good because Cody didn't need to be involved in the bloodline shit.
But they had to tie it up after he was
I
part of
th-
the.
I think when he gets the title back, I think that Cody is going to. I think when Cody gets the title back, I think Cody will. Uh, his second reign will be better.
Yeah.
I think Cody's reign was good. I don't think it was great. I don't think it was like an all timer or some shit, but I think it was good for what it was.
But did he ever have anything
Um,
with Drew yet?
No,
no, because Drew's taking a break.
No. I understand that, but he hasn't
No,
done anything with Drew
no.
because you can do
Trying to
him, you
think.
can do Gunther.
Do we count Gunther's Intercontinental Championship reign towards Triple H, or do we count it towards Vince? Because it technically
It
started
start
while Vince
it
was.
it
started
was
Vince,
Vince. That's like
Okay.
saying Roman. That's like saying Roman Reigns' world
but
title reign was
yeah,
during
no, but
Reigns
Triple
was
the thing
H.
is,
Vince.
Gunther's what? It started in June of 22, and then Triple H took power less than 3 weeks later. So the bulk of it is under Triple H.
Do you
But it
give
doesn't.
Seth's world title reign? Was that do you consider that good?
Seth was good. Yes, Seth was good because he did what he said he was going. He established that that title was he established that title as credible as he could up against Roman's title reign. So
What
yeah,
about what about Priest's run?
the issue with Priest's run, I don't know why they. I get that they were making him a face, but every fucking title reign that he had interference in it.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
you
it was
need the
weird as
bumbling
though.
misfits.
Like I could it's weird when every one of his matches had a every one of his matches had a
Had
Well,
interference, but it was like
let's not
he was
act
supposed
like
to he was supposed to act like a
let's not act
face,
like
but like he was
Roman
still
didn't have that.
celebrating. Yeah, but like Roman was a
but
heel.
Roman's a heel. They were transitioning Drew to a face.
Priest was like
And
trying to play face and heel at the same time.
and here's the issue. Roman's run-ins were usually with from the bloodline. You knew who they were aligned with. Priest's wins were because of the fact that other people hated the person that he was facing. So they
Yeah,
interfered. They
Punk.
didn't like exactly. They didn't like Priest, but they hated more the person that he was facing.
Well, yeah, which was because it was what it was him and Drew for the bulk of his run.
No,
No,
it was like
he
a
has
It
very
a
was
very
it was Jey
variety.
Uso was his first. Jey Uso was his first, and
and
then
somebody.
wasn't Drew Saudi and then Clash.
No, I thought no,
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 They fought once.
they did clash.
They fought.
I
They
could have.
fought
I think someone
once.
else got after Drew after up Jay. We
No,
Well,
had the Seth Rollins match in there. But
they fought at Clash. Let me tell you how the only reason I
I didn't.
know that they fought once. The only reason that I know that they fought once because at the time I thought it was weird that after Drew cashed in on McIntyre, I thought it was weird that McIntyre didn't immediately go back in and face him again.
Yeah, that's what
because
it
then it
was, Patrick.
was.
So it went Jay, and then it went Seth with like the Drew cash and shit, and then it went Drew at Clash, and then it was Gunther.
Exactly,
he was
because
living in Saudi.
because Triple H started doing that weird shit then, where the WWE title was defended like at every pay per view, but the World Championship was not.
Was that the Raw before or after?
Before
And then
happened.
Gunther was SummerSlam.
Exactly, but here's my thing is this: what do we? I don't even know what point I
The
was about to make.
the goal of SummerSlam this year has to be a hard reset of both world title pictures. I think. There's nothing
Dude,
against
Well,
Gunther. I don't think anyone wants another long Gunther reign right now. And
yeah,
John
but who's
dude,
gonna
Cena's
win
reign
King of the
is
Ring
not
now?
good.
can I be honest with you?
But who's but
Can I
who
be
who's
honest?
getting the SummerSlam nod?
Can I be
Is it
honest
gonna
with
be
you?
Cody winning?
Cody.
Can I be honest with you?
No.
No, you lie to
They
us.
Jey Uso is the greatest world champion of all time.
Okay.
No.
You
That's
told me to
why I
lie.
think
You told me
Goldberg
to
winning.
you told me to lie to you. So I'm gonna tell you the truth. Gunther winning the title back. I don't. It was such a relief.
It had to. He didn't. I don't think you
No,
really had a choice. I mean, I honestly thought Jay was winning that match, but you had to get the title off Jay.
But
It
I,
here's
wasn't
the
working.
I thought there was gonna be a cash in. I thought
Jay's
at
title
some point.
reign,
no,
I think Jay's title reign
no.
was up there, like close to as bad as Jack Swagger's.
I mean, it's really stupid when you have somebody like Seth Rollins who is a main eventer versus somebody who is you could tell is has a title reign and they're probably never going to win the title again. And that's what Jey Uso is. Jey Uso is this year's Kofi Kingston.
But it, but the
I
thing
felt more
is,
comfortable,
Jay
but
Uso at least earned it compared to Kofi, which basically, all right, yeah, he had a good what gauntlet match.
But
He
go ahead.
and then they rode the momentum. Jay Uso was sustained. Hey, he's the gets the biggest reactions. He sells the most merch. People are legitimately invested in him.
But
they
Kofi's
had
reign was better.
No, I
yeah.
agree
Kofi's
with you.
reign was not that good, but it was 10 times better than Jey
Oh yeah,
Uso's.
I agree. But Jey Uso versus Kofi, Jey Uso got himself into that position. Kofi essentially lucked himself into it because Mustafa Ali got hurt, and then he just rode the momentum of a really good gauntlet match.
He didn't
I'm
ride momentum.
still
He had good matches. Do you know who he beat? I think what legitimized Kofi's reign he beat Randy Orton clean.
Stupid. No, but no, I'm not debating the title reign. I'm talking about Kofi, how Kofi got to be winning the title. Because because
Kofi got
that because that
yeah.
Mania was supposed to be, if I'm not mistaken, Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens,
Yeah.
and then Kofi was in the right place, right time, rode the momentum of that gauntlet match, the Elimination Chamber match, and then basically they did the WrestleMania 30 storyline with Kofi, with Daniel Bryan being the heel.
So I'll
I'm just
list
saying.
out some world title reigns. Tell me if you take them over Jay. Jeff Hardy's WWE Championship reign.
The 1 month one where Matt Hardy eventually screwed him over.
Would you rather Jeff Hardy's reign or Jay's? Because Jay's is
How,
effectively the same thing. It's
Jeff,
just 2 months.
I prefer Jeff Hardy's because it the tail end of it sucked because Matt Hardy versus Jeff Hardy at Mania sucked.
wasn't
But
he on? That wasn't a fucking title match.
no, but no,
He's talking
no,
world title
no.
reigns.
If you hold on for a second, I'm saying that 1 week, the the purpose of it, where it got to, regardless of Jeff Hardy having the title, it was a better way. Now Jey Uso is
The f-
basically.
Hush, Patrick, because you ain't making no sense.
I'm making sense. I'm
So you're
probably not
taking Jeff
articulate.
Hardy's title reign over
Yeah.
Jay.
Oh yeah.
Jeff Hardy had the title for like 3 months, right?
No, he had it
Oh,
for
like a month.
he had it for a month. He had it from Armageddon '08 to the Rumble.
Jay's reign was better. He actually had fucking title defenses.
I think
He
Jeff Hardy's highlight of his title reign was getting blown up by fireworks.
And then his dog getting murdered.
You think? Yeah, dude. Next one. RVD's WWE Championship reign.
Jay's. I
Hey,
hated
hey,
when
hey.
RVD. I hated when RVD won the title and then switched it to the ECW title. Like, why would you? Why win the
No, he
WWE?
carried both. No, he carried both and lost
It,
both.
I hated it. Why would you fucking? I hated it.
No, Paul Heyman handed him the ECW title.
Yeah,
So and
he
then
should
he was
have.
the WWE champion and ECW champion. He lost the
He should have.
WWE title on the 4th of July against Edge. Then the next night ECW, he lost it to the Big Show.
He should have tossed that WWE Championship in the trash and carried around the ECW Championship. And it's just WWE stars trying to get the title back to WWE.
Jay Usos was better.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan's 2002 WWE Championship reign.
I loved it just for the nostalgia, and then the match against Chris Jericho on SmackDown.
His fucking reign was a month. It
Yeah,
was a
so was
fucking month.
no, but as a 14-year-old idiot, I loved it. And then especially seeing
As a 14
I
year old
was
proud
live
boy.
in I was live in person the day the Undertaker choked Hulk Hogan out. I was in the at the XL Center.
You start crying.
Oh yeah, that was the first ever WWE Raw, May 6, 2002.
That was. Oh my gosh! Give
So
me
you're taking
at
Jay
least
over
give me
Hogan?
at least give me a reign where it's at least comparable to Jay's, not a fucking month.
What about
Rey
Kane's 2010? That was great.
Kane's
That was
Kane's was
Kane's
better
the
because
one
that
where he
was
froze Paul Bearer.
yes, and then didn't he beat the Undertaker?
Yeah, he did. No, him
Yeah,
and the
that was when
Undertaker were basically that whole
they
reign.
brought back Bearer to do the Taker reign. Bearer turned on Taker inside the cell, and then they started the Edge shit, and he froze fucking Paul Bearer. It's just Edge abusing the shit out of Paul Bearer
And then that was
for like 2 months.
Kane won and cashed in Money in the Bank against Rey Mysterio that at
Speaking
the
of Rey
first ever
Mysterio,
Money in the Bank.
Rey Mysterio's first World Heavyweight Championship reign, or Jey Uso's.
Jay Uso, because Rey Mysterio. What are we doing? Rey Mysterio's every fucking match ended in like a disqualification or some shit.
With Great Khali.
Oh
Or
my
just
god!
paralysis by Great Khali.
Like he didn't
What
win.
about
He
what
didn't
about Great Khali's title reign?
like damn. He didn't win one match.
Well, I can't because he had JB. He faced what? JBL was his first opponent, and then it was Great. I think it was Great Khali.
No, it was JBL,
And
and I think they went straight to King Booker right after.
because he won it in
Oh, no,
April and lost it
they
in
did Sabu.
July.
They did Sabu.
Oh, at the one night stand.
Yeah, where they both fucked each other up and they had to call a match.
Yeah.
Jinder
about-
Mahal's WWE Championship reign.
I
God.
Jey Uso's.
I liked
God.
Jinder Mahal's reign. It was
Boring.
it was a good like okay, let's give him a shot, but
Dude, it was boring. Give me Jay's over Jinder Mahal's.
I was
The
in
only
the
thing
crowd.
good, the only thing good that came from that reign was this dude calling himself the modern day Maharaja.
Well, I was at the Punjabi prison match in Philly.
We didn't ask you that.
Oh, that was probably the worst viewing experience because I was in like the first like 5 rows. Oh my god, that was the
Big E's WWE Championship reign.
Who?
Big E's.
Big E's.
I don't even remember it. Probably Big
It
E's.
well, it started off hot when he cashed in Money in the Bank, and then he lost at day one against Brock Lesnar, who wasn't supposed to be in that match, but Roman got the COVID. Roman got COVID and couldn't face him in the WWE title match or the Universal title.
Dean Ambrose's WWE Championship reign.
Oh, that was garbage. But they did do the Shield triple threat.
Can we just discuss something else? Because now I'm getting depressed thinking about all these horrible reigns.
Here's one that you might like: Sheamus's League of Nations Championship reign.
Oh
The
my god!
Sheamus
The-
515.
The one to give Roman his moment after he already had his moment.
Oh my god!
Where they had the overhead shot of Roman and all the confetti.
Oh my god, I remember that fucking time period where we had to give Roman like 12 different crown achievement moments just for him to fuck it up and redo it later on.
And then
Because-
and
it's
then
because
Roman won.
Vince, it's because Vince was gonna get him over.
Honestly, I don't think he needed
What
to
about
be-
Punk's first title reign?
I say to this day that Roman taking time off and Braun Strowman facing Goldberg was the greatest thing to happen to Roman's career.
Well, the
worst
great-
thing to happen to Braun's. Absolute worst thing to happen to Braun Strowman.
Well, worst thing.
There you go.
Like
His
the-
reign or Jey Uso's.
I don't. Braun's was completely in COVID, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. He went
Because he beat Bray,
Goldberg.
right?
No,
he
Bray
had, like,
Bray
this
beat him in that.
random ass yeah.
What was that House of Horrors match?
That was
No, the
terrible.
House of Horrors was him and Randy.
No,
No,
he
it
had
was
a,
the,
he
swamp
had a
fight, the
horror.
swamp
It was
fight.
it was the horror themed match where Bray threw him into the fucking
Was
he
it the
lost.
swamp match?
It was a swamp match.
It was the swamp match, but it wasn't called a swamp match. It was called like the horror match or some shit like that.
Yeah, it was
No,
fucking
because it was the
terrible.
horror show at Extreme Rules. It was when Vince McMahon had to have like a tagline for every Backlash was the greatest wrestling match ever.
Exactly.
Randy
and
Orton.
then, and then
Orton versus Edge.
because then he completely because Roman came back and then did no so being scared of the Fiend and fucking won the title a month later. I'm like, oh
No, it was a week
It
later.
was like literally.
No, it was a week later.
oh, it was a week later.
Yeah, because it was summer. Because they did like the all in, all out thing where they had SummerSlam and then Payback back to back.
It's fucking horrible. What? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Strowman's reign. It was he beat Goldberg, and then he got into like a feud. I want to say with I want to say it was Miz and Morrison.
Oh yeah, wasn't that the zombie match?
No, that was a Damian Priest.
Can I? I'm gonna be honest with you. I was literally when Ron won the title at Payback 2020. I'm sitting there thinking, oh, he's just gonna hold it till WrestleMania. Wrong.
Motherfucker held
It was
on
a
for
title
like-
reign that never ended.
held it for like a whole fucking
Oh.
presidential run.
1,316
God.
days.
The man was champ for like the entire Biden administration.
The whole fucking Biden administration, like, dude.
Oh, it's an interesting one. Vince's ECW championship.
and now people want his reign back. It's so fucking hilarious.
It's because how
Well-
bad. Once
Well,
again,
because-
the goal of this year's SummerSlam should be resetting both
Because
titles.
honestly, Roman Reigns did yeoman's work. He got so
Shut
many
the fuck
people
up.
over. No, he got
Shut the fuck up.
no. He got so many people.
Shut the
Hey,
fuck up.
fuck you. Let me speak.
Get the
Who
fuck
did-
out of here.
Who would he truly get over though?
Hold
he
on a minute.
got- he
Hold
got-
on a
no,
minute.
he-
I want to
He
hold on a minute
created-
because after I just want this one disclaimer. After shitting on this man his whole fucking reign now, go ahead.
No, he truly got over he got main event Jey Uso to be a main event Jey Uso as the right hand man.
And now Jay is
Oh,
responsible for one of the worst world title reigns in WWE history.
Well, that's irrelevant. He got him to the point where Jey Uso winning the Rumble and the world title actually was something that made sense.
so
But
let me
at
get to
that
so
point, but at that point,
no.
he went
It,
away from everything he was with the
who?
bloodline. It became Jay. We remember Jay as the right hand man in the bloodline shit. That was the Jay that truly
No,
got over. The Jay that
you.
won the Rumble and became world champion was the one that overly relied on a catchphrase and his theme music.
You,
That
dude.
was not the right hand man.
That he's not the right hand man. He's main event Jey Uso.
No, when he
Yeah,
was with Roman,
he,
he was
he,
the right
he,
hand man.
yes, but he outgrew being the right hand man.
Let me ask you
He's
something.
nobody's right hand man no more.
Let me ask you something. Have you been to a show with Jey Uso?
Yes.
Have you yeeted?
Yes.
All
Shut the
over
fuck
himself.
up. You're a hypocrite,
Not really.
Patrick. You're a hypocrite. I'm about to tell you why, Patrick.
I never
Have
said
you
his haters.
yeeted? Have
I
you
always
yeeted?
eat. I eat multiple times a day.
This is the issue. As much as people shit on Triple H, he still is like, okay, y'all want to cheer for Jey Uso. I'm gonna prove my point. People cheered for Jey Uso. Give somebody new a chance. As soon as Jey Uso got a chance, people cheered on his title. And why the fuck they give the title to him? We want Roman. He does the same shit over and over again.
It,
He's
it
just a catchphrase in the theme song.
that's a.
Yeah,
But
that's what he
the
was.
thing is, the
Doesn't mean I
fans
hate
hate it.
Jay.
The
Like
fans
the
hate it
fans,
when when corporate says, "Hey, we agree with you. We're gonna go with it." Then he becomes a corporately backed champion.
then shut the fuck up because the same fans are the one that are complaining.
Yeah,
The one thing I hated about the Jay Uso discourse was the Jay can't wrestle shit. They could go.
He can't wrestle. Here's the problem. His
It's
style
passable.
his
is
style
okay.
it's a tag team style.
It's a tag team style.
He never fully
Exactly.
got into a single. He could never fully do a singles match on his own.
Exactly. Because between him and his brother, I mean, there's really no difference still.
Just
They
that Jey
both
Uso, Big Jim
they
is just
both
Big Jim,
exactly. They both do super kicks. They both do splashes.
and it looks good in tandem. But as a when he just spams super kicks,
Which is the reason why they're about to put them back together as the Usos, which they should.
which they should, because get us Usos DIY Motor City Machine Guns, them
We're
and the
not even
Street
getting
Profits
that. I
again.
don't even think we're getting that.
But no, you're
We're
getting the
getting New
Uso.
Day.
We're getting New Day. You're getting the fucking New Day. That's why they
Okay,
came out on
And you'll
Monday and
like it.
said. That's why on Monday they said that they're not depending it against any tag teams on Raw.
I wouldn't either. That fucking division's trash.
well it's what New Day and
It's
what
literally
the War
three teams.
Raiders.
New Day War Raiders and it's New Day War Raiders,
And JD and Finn,
American Alpha, and
It
fucking
doesn't,
the
what
Judgment
the
Day,
hell is
JD
it?
and Finn.
it doesn't matter.
No,
Don't
the
take it off.
Creeds.
Don't take it off of New Day because what the fuck was Xavier was looking like a pimp for looking at
Oh, New
Bailey
Day. New Day's fucking hilarious.
like he was about to put her on the corner. Did you see him the way he looked at her?
New Day.
Like he was about to put her on the fucking corner when she was walking by. That shit was funny. Man had the
New Day.
toothpick.
They're fucking hilarious.
That man had a toothpick in his mouth and everything. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, heel New Day has been fucking great.
This shit is funny. Thank God for the New Day legit. Thank God
The
for
only
the New
bright
Day.
spot of the Raw tag division.
Really. Because the fucking War Raiders are fucking boring as fuck.
I like the War.
They
I
have no
just think
character.
I think it's too little, too late when it comes to them because they spent so many fucking years being pretty much treated as a joke and shit, and like some gimmicky fucking thing that by the time Triple H turned him to like somewhat of a serious tag team, it's too late.
It's
They
sort of
just
like Karrion Cross. Karrion Cross just can't get the crowd behind him the way that.
He already does.
what the fuck?
The
Excuse
crowd-
me?
No,
Excuse me?
no. But the thing is, he can get people going, but he can't carry the ball to the finish line. He just
We don't know that.
Excuse me?
We don't know that. This is
Dude.
weird because Karrion Cross, when the crowd
Hold on,
wasn't
man.
really behind him, it was always on TV. Now that the crowd really fucking wants him, wants to see him succeed and stuff, he's nowhere to be found.
Did you see the fucking pop when Sami Zayn said that he's gonna ask to challenge what's his name to challenge
There he
Karrion
goes.
Cross to a match, and the fucking pop that the crowd did?
It should be a SummerSlam match.
well, it probably could get there. They just have to get
I
Get
think
it
he can
open.
easily get there. I mean, I don't think
Yeah.
Sammy's winning tomorrow.
Sammy's not winning tomorrow. Who's he facing?
and then
Randy.
Oh,
so it's
Sammy's
gonna
not.
be it's Cody and Jay, and then it's Cody and Jay, which is a storyline that could be a storyline match to turn maybe Jay.
You're not turning.
If it,
They're not turning him. They're literally putting him back with the Usos.
and
Yeah.
then it's gonna be Orton versus Cena. Orton versus
It's gonna be Orton and Cody.
Ro-
That's how you get.
Orton.
That's how you get that fucking match out of the way.
They haven't done that one yet.
Exactly. They also haven't done Cody CM Punk.
That
But
one
that-
you saved till Mania.
Yeah, because I could
Don't
see
know
Punk
what
winning the.
Mania, but that's one you saved till Mania.
Yeah, you could see Punk winning the Rumble, and that could be the Sunday main event, just to
Are
get
you kidding?
Punk never truly did Mania, no main event of Mania, out of the way.
He fucking
Oh,
just
shit.
main evented this.
No,
What are you?
no. But
How-
people don't. But people don't say the Saturday night. The discourse is the Saturday main event isn't the true main event.
That is the main event.
I
can say
agree
that.
with you, but the discourse around is, oh, he just
What discourse? You sound like fucking
Okay.
BT.
I don't care what backup BT says. That's the night one's the fucking main event, too.
well, I gotta.
It's literally it's one big event, but it's also two separate events at the same time.
I agree.
It's like night one's the main event. If you main event night one, you main event at WrestleMania.
That's why Kevin Owens is a two-time main eventer. Except for 37 Saturday night. That doesn't count. 37 Saturday night.
Oh, the AJ Taker one?
No,
Was that
Bianca
37 or 38?
Sasha.
No, that
That
counts.
was 37. That was Tampa.
That
That was
counts.
Tampa. I was in the hospital for that one.
That one counts. I think that was probably like one of the only bright spots of that fucking night.
Well, Samoa Joe in a poncho. That was always
Oh
fun.
yeah, we had like a 20-minute rain delay. They're never going back to Tampa.
Samoa Joe
Never
right
leaving
before
Vegas.
WWE fight.
They're probably
Yeah,
never
we're
leaving
going back
Vegas
to-
again when it comes to Mania. Especially if they succeed.
Well,
if it's insane this year, like it was next
What
year,
is it?
like it was this year, financial wise, they're probably never leaving Vegas again.
What do you mean?
WrestleMania will be permanently in Las Vegas. It'll be like their internet.
Yeah,
like
and
International
it's not
Fight Week,
Easter week,
like International
and
Fight
it's
Week
not
for the
Easter
UFC,
weekend.
which is the UFC's big, like that's their big fucking show of the year, is their National Fight Week. It's always in Vegas. I can see if Vegas is a hit again next year. They're already obsessed with Vegas for some reason as it is. They would, I think they would easily negotiate something to get in Vegas. Is probably hosting Mania for a couple more years in a row.
They're not gonna do that. They're not.
Well,
gonna
yeah,
do that.
because our Lord and Saint. Well, Indy's getting one in the near future.
Oh yeah, Indy's
They
getting
fuck.
Indy.
New Orleans is getting one in the near future.
They
Saudi
screwed.
Arabia is probably gonna.
I don't think. I don't think we're getting an international one anytime soon.
They screwed New Orleans.
New Orleans got
Yeah.
fucked. Not as bad as Minnesota though. Minnesota got fucking porked.
Well, it's
Actually,
okay.
no,
They're
I mean,
getting summer.
New Orleans
you
they
can't
actually announced.
you can't really do rest. I mean, that New Minnesota just logistics wise is bad for WrestleMania.
Well,
I don't
if
think
you
Vegas is that good.
is Minnesota any different? If you push it to the end of April, is Minnesota any different than Philly? At
No,
least U.S. Bank
Minnesota's
is
inside.
at least U.S. Bank is indoors.
You don't have to run the risks of potentially like a rain out or some shit.
Yeah, and I think everything's within what
Well,
I
no,
think.
because Minnesota can close the stadium, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Philly, you
indoor.
can't.
Philly, it's open air, so you can run Minnesota anytime. Just it depends on where
Minnesota,
everything is. Like
Minnesota's
the
never getting a WrestleMania.
like convention center versus
The only way that area, the Midwest, is going to get a WrestleMania if it goes back to Detroit and also Indy.
well
That's the
well
that's
if
it. It's not going to
well
Minnesota.
potentially if Chicago can ever get that new stadium built.
If it only if it's a dome.
Well, even if it isn't in April, you could.
That's not a guarantee.
Well, neither was Philly, and Philly.
It's like
Besides,
putting it in Foxborough. Like it's not a guarantee. The weather is really unpredictable.
Well, nobody wants to. Well, nobody really wants to go to Shittsboro. I mean, let's just be
Dude,
real.
I wouldn't. I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to go to Foxborough for WrestleMania. That whole area is like a fucking
well,
logistical nightmare.
I
yeah,
don't want to go.
because because
I don't want to go. I don't want to go to Foxborough any other day. Matter of fact, they can blow that whole part of the country down.
I don't
Well,
fucking blame you. Foxborough's a dump. I
oh,
hate the
it's
stadiums in Foxborough.
should have
That
been in
shit should
Hartford.
be.
Shut the
It should have been
fuck.
in.
Oh
It
my.
should have been in East Hartford. Like fucking Kraft signed the freaking intent to move the team there.
Why they
Fucking
would have
asshole.
left already? They would have left already.
Oh my God. What the fuck is this?
No, legitimately, Robert Kraft signed a deal with public funding to get a stadium built in East Hartford.
Well, here's the problem, Patrick. East Hartford sucks.
You've never been, you dipshit.
They
Connecticut.
would have left already.
What, Patrick? What is there to do in Connecticut?
Crack.
You're worse than Utah.
Legit crack. That's all you got.
You're worse than fucking
No,
Utah.
no.
And I've never been, and I know that.
We can go to we have Mystic
capital of the
Aquarium. We
US.
got
Patrick.
it's a pizza capital of the world.
You got the racist fucking museum.
Patrick.
Got the Mark Twain house.
Patrick. I would rather go to OKC than go to fucking Connecticut. I'd rather go to Oklahoma than go to Connecticut because
Yeah, at least it's
Oklahoma City in April of '95.
Jesus.
what the fuck is wrong with
Jesus.
you? Oh my God. What is wrong with you?
No.
Oh
No.
my
Oh,
God.
what do we do?
If he signed that letter of intent, they would have been out of Hartford by now. Just like everyone else leaves Hartford. The Whalers left for South Carolina. The Suns are gonna
North
leave
Carolina.
you.
Well, the Sun should probably. Outside of being a Mohegan Sun, there's really nothing.
Let me
No,
ask you
I'm saying
something.
that.
Patrick, what is the closest football team to you?
Probably distance-wise, more than likely the Foxborough.
And
Honestly,
who do you cheer for? Hold on a minute.
Patrick, it might be.
Hold on a minute. Patrick, who you cheer for?
The Green Bay Packers. It's been well established.
Or who do you
Might be
who's the closest basketball team to you?
Probably the Knicks.
Um,
I don't know, how
No,
close are you to New York City?
I'm about 100 miles away. I'm 110 miles from
And,
MSG.
and who do you cheer for?
The Phoenix Suns.
What's the closest baseball team to you?
Uh, the Boston Red Sox.
And who do you cheer for?
The Cincinnati Reds.
So you don't cheer for fucking nobody. That's my proof.
That man has to get league pass for all his teams.
You don't cheer for fucking nobody in your area.
Yep.
Look, it's not as bad as C-Jack, who literally all his favorite teams are just teams that won in the 80s.
I mean, damn, I at least cheer for the Cowboys.
Bears, Hurricanes,
Well-
Lakers.
The Lakers,
Well-
shut your fucking ass up, because
Well, you're on the white sports fans list. The Cowboys, the Lakers. Wouldn't be shocked if you root for the Yankees.
I would never root for the Yankees.
Just-
Don't you ever fucking tell me
They
that.
have
Don't
you
you
there.
ever.
You're literally a Yankee fan away from being the like stereotypical.
White fan.
First
Wait,
off, I support the Los Angeles Dodgers. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this.
Except for Ice.
Wow.
Jesus.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh my gosh. What is wrong with you?
Backup BT is gonna be back in house. And
Oh my gosh. What is wrong with you?
No, there's multiple.
What is so? You are so
That's
fucked
terrible.
up.
There's multiple things, but
We
So-
we don't.
We're like an hour. We're like an hour gone from this. Why didn't you say Jade? Because I think Naomi's gonna cost her the match.
Because they're why because
Honestly, Jade could win.
I don't think she's gonna win.
her
I mean, the
title
four-
reign would
it's
suck.
Alexa, Asuka, Roxanne, Jade.
Her versus Tiffy at SummerSlam. That
Well, clearly Tiffany is once a fucking again facing Nia Jax. Like, didn't she just have it? Did she just have a fucking title match against her like a month ago?
what?
Yep. It should be Tiffany.
Well, she had a
Stratton
match against her.
versus-
I don't know if it
Tiffany
was for the
Stratton
title.
versus Green.
No.
Just a pit stop. Well, I'm not saying like legit feud, but like just
Yes,
do
no.
something.
Give Chelsea Green everything. She should be queen of the ring.
So wasn't,
Who-
no,
who-
she wasn't even at the tournament.
Who are the four women? Asuka.
It's Asuka.
No,
Jade,
no, she lost the
Roxanne.
fatal four way that Bliss won.
Yeah, it's
No,
Asuka.
She lost the
Jade,
fatal four way that Bliss won.
No, the fuck
Asuka-
she
yeah,
didn't.
Asuka, yeah,
Roxy.
Asuka,
Roxy.
Jade, and Bliss.
Roxy.
And what's the
Roxy and
fourth
Bliss.
one? Asuka, Jade, Bliss.
Roxy.
Roxanne.
Roxanne Perez. It's Roxanne versus Jade, and then Alexa versus Asuka. For the
No,
semis.
actually, I don't. It's gonna be Asuka.
That's what Vince Russo said, bro.
Just like Cody Rhodes is gonna win the men's. I mean, come on.
Cody's went the men's.
Well, yeah. Giving it to Randy.
You know what? Brandon? Now I can see it. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, but Seth Rollins cashes in. You know what I legit think is gonna happen? I
Cena's
think
not going to be at Mania.
no.
The inducted in the hall.
No.
SummerSlam?
No, I mean at SummerSlam. I think that because you know what they like to do when they normally cash in the same night that they have a match to throw everybody off, they normally lose it. I think Seth will fucking face Roman at SummerSlam. He'll lose, and then in the main event he'll cash in when Cody's about to win it and beat John Cena.
What if Punk wins in Saudi? Seth Rollins cashes in and then continue on with that feud.
There's no fucking way. There's
I
no
haven't
fucking.
seen him lose the title at Saudi.
They're not gonna have Cena lose it, which there's no way to salvage his heel turn. This shit has been a
No.
clusterfuck.
They got to find a way to get him back face before he retires.
You don't have to. It's
Well,
already written.
yeah, it's there. It's just it's the title. It's over. The title reign.
He loses a title, and it's like, oh, I'm supposed to be good.
No, you just spend the next half of his retirement tour just building him back towards face.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing Cody did because kayfabe wise, I don't know how come anybody doesn't put that they because I'm telling you right now, I'm tired of Triple H tournaments.
He only had what? This is the only tournament because the others are
Hey,
just qualifying
Hey,
matches.
get ready. If Goldberg wins that world title, there's going to be a tournament for SummerSlam.
Jesus Christ! I hope he doesn't win. Gunther should just put him to sleep. Just put his ass to sleep.
I don't know who. Okay, say Gunther beats Goldberg. That's their main event. I don't know who the fuck Gunther's facing at SummerSlam. It's not going to be Jay. Punk's
not gonna
probably
be
going to be
Rollins.
involved with Rollins. I mean, it could be Punk. Your only options are really Punk and Zayn. And Zayn's probably going to fight Russell Karrion Cross.
Cross. If they complete the Finn tilt, the Dom face turn.
I don't know why, but I think that's going down at Saudi.
Dom
And
is
then
not.
we're getting Finn Dom at SummerSlam.
Dom is not turning face.
I'll turn face.
They're turning fucking Finn face.
Oh yes, he is. Well, because right now he has no live. He's not going to have live for 6 months.
It doesn't matter. They fucking
They got to
are
do something with him, unless
they're following Dom's orders. What are you talking about?
yes, but
Damien's
but
too.
you can tell that JD and Finn are together.
Carlito got kicked out.
But you can tell that JD and Finn are. Carlito's dead, and
JD, you are. I just don't.
I honestly
Understand.
think before Liv got hurt, the plan was to turn Liv and Dom.
No.
They were going to be this year's Rhea and Damien getting kicked out of the Judgment Day.
They are literally going to turn. They're literally going to turn everybody against Finn, even JD.
yeah, and then Finn's gonna turn on everybody. Finn's gonna be the heel, and Dom's gonna be the face.
Hot face left on SmackDown. So
Or they could just solve it by. Well, they could just solve it by bringing back Omos.
Oh my
just
God,
solve it. Bring Omos and Otis back.
No, Omos should be. Omos should be facing Oba Femi in NXT. Use Omos to put over Oba.
No, but what about Penta?
I'm good.
Forgot
about
Penta.
But I like Penta, but it feels like at this rate, it kind of feels like they're just waiting for a reason to put Ray and Penta back together. Because Phoenix has been legitimately a failure since he's debuted.
It's not his fault.
It's not his fault. It's the stupid Mania booking that completely fucked him.
But that he had to get shoehorned in against El Grande Americano.
I get why they put him in that match. They didn't need to.
But you just scrapped the El Grande match for her.
Speaking of El Grande, let's end that shit at SummerSlam.
But how does it end? Does someone
rips his fucking mask off or something? Or a little stupid here, but you could have El Grande beat Dom and win the IC title, and that's how Gable unmasks himself.
And then take off his mask himself. Yeah.
He feels like he finally did it. He won the IC title.
Can we just talk about the balls WWE has to say that he's from the Gulf of America?
It's still fucking hilarious every time they
Like,
announce it. It's
No,
even
but that's
funnier when the
hilarious.
announcers. It's even funnier when the commentators have to like correct Alicia Taylor. Have to be like, they meant Gulf of Mexico.
that's not funny. That's
No,
that's
that
that's
yeah. Oh
borderline
yes, it
like
is. It's hilarious.
Fucking
that's
hilarious.
not funny. That's
That's the
borderline
point.
offensive.
That's the point.
It's
That's the
borderline.
point.
It's borderline.
Imagine El Grande Americano gets introduced to Mexico from the Gulf of America.
That is so fucked up.
The man getting stabbed.
You mean like MJF almost
Well,
did
speaking
last
of almost
night?
getting
Oh,
stabbed, did you
MJF
hear
almost
that
got the shit
that
kicked out of
MJF
him.
almost got for
Oh,
Yeah, last night's
that's hilarious.
AEW show was a big nothing.
what are you talking about? The greatest women's
Shocker.
world champion of all time won.
Who? Tony Storm? I didn't know she had a match.
Right, Fabius Moolah has been dead for like 20 years. Calm down.
Whoa. So you're a woman abuser is the greatest women's champion of all time?
I mean,
Well, she held it for like 34 straight
A
years.
sex pest is considered the greatest fucking promoter of all time.
You don't even know that.
Vince.
Yeah. How dare you damage the legacy of Herb Abrams? Kids these days.
And the funny part is that people want Vince back. That's the crazy part.
That one's wild. People forget how bad WWE was. When Vince took over.
Well,
Like Gunther would probably be gone.
yeah,
By now.
creative Vince, he can go to hell. But business Vince, I prefer
He can
him
still-
over what
he can-
TKO is doing.
He could still go to hell.
Yeah, no, WWE's better not without him, but
Business
I'd
Vince
rather-
is bad for business.
He's
But
not bad for
the-
like you know what? Vince gave us our money worth. 6 fucking matches, 7 matches on a pay-per-view card. Okay.
Oh, I won't disagree with Vince knows how to set up a card and make your money.
And he also
work
knows.
better
He
than
also knows.
Triple H does.
He also knows how to not whore out WWE to the point where we're pretty much going to get sponsored ring ropes.
It doesn't because Triple H does the same shit. Triple H does the same shit. Like his booking is starting to become unpredictable where every time you see something in the background scene now. Like it's starting to become okay, dude, there's nothing different that happens.
Yeah, it's like the weekly pull aparts.
And then the weekly Braun smashes wrestler A through the ring timekeepers area.
Shawn Michaels does the same shit in NXT. Every week it's some like back and forth argument with Ava stepping in and making some random ass.
Yeah,
happen.
but NXT isn't bad. That's the issue.
NXT is hit or miss.
But at least they figured out what the hell is going on in that parking lot. I mean, I haven't seen much issues in the parking lot recently. So they're doing something right.
It's literally NXT's hit or miss. Either it'll be really good or it's gonna be like one of the worst episodes. Like Tuesday was not a good show.
I didn't see Tuesdays.
They're building towards JC Jane versus whoever the hell wins this like NXT Eliminator match thing, but they're also
the Fatal
building
4-Way?
towards
With
Yeah, but
Jordan
also-
Grace's new theme.
that shit's garbage. And they're also building towards JC Jane versus Blake Monroe too. So they don't
they have
call it
a-
Jey Uso here.
Because what are they doing here? Are they? Because what is what?
Jane.
Which is? Because are they gonna have a match at Great American
Nope. So,
Bash with
the winner of
Jane?
the 4-way is facing JC Jane at Evolution.
So they're not
So
gonna have a
Jordan
women's
Grace
title
versus
match at
JC Jane. No, just like
And
you're
then,
probably not gonna get a women's match at what the hell at
Saturday nights.
Saturday main event.
Because that's just gonna be the big Goldberg show then. They should bring in Bret Hart for that.
Bret Hart would never.
All right, so it looks like we're getting 7 games this series.
Yeah, Pacers are beating the shit out
But
of them.
oh yeah. Well, they want to win in front of their fans. So let them.
Yeah, that's a dangerous.
Oh, it's only a
territory,
11-point game.
It's 10 now. I mean, I still think OKC is winning this series.
They are going. Indiana gonna get the shit blown out of them game 7, and this shit's
Right, if
going.
it hits game 7, they're beating the piss out of them. Like I would love to see Indiana win, just because that would like completely break the NBA.
It would because
OKC's gonna win.
because they fucking called. I think it's funny that they fucking called what's his name overrated.
Well, but the thing is, there was only like 19 people voted in that survey, so someone had to win it. No, the player survey.
Yeah,
No, in the player survey. No, in player survey, like barely anybody voted it for that particular superlative. So it's not an actual representation of the league.
It doesn't matter. They fucking voted
regardless.
But they still voted him the most overrated, which is fucking hilarious. And if he wins a championship, I'm gonna laugh.
With a torn quad or whatever the hell injury he has.
He doesn't have a torn quad; it's just strained.
Yeah, he does. Well, whatever the injury is, that
strained quad.
It's low key gonna be sad if Indiana loses this series, just because they've been waiting for such a long time.
Well, so is Oklahoma City. It's been what, 18 years, 17 years?
Barely been waiting. Oklahoma City, like, fine. Like, their model is not going to work because of this new CBA soon. It's like most of their guys are going to be gone.
Yeah, because they can't afford. They're not going to be able to afford to pay SGA.
No, they're going to pay SGA. It's going to be everyone else.
Holmgren.
They're not letting SGA walk.
And then once that gets gutted, it's going to be like Giannis and the Bucks.
Because like
they'll be good enough to get 6.
No team's going to hitch their wagon to 2 injury-prone guys like the Clippers did, and pretty much mortgage their entire future and send out a franchise potential player. Like that's not gonna. You're not gonna see any more like Pierce and Garnett to the Nets kind of trades. I don't think because of this new CBA.
Dallas did.
Yeah, but Dallas also got the.
Oh yeah, the Anthony Davis.
Thank you for trade. Thank you for giving Luka to LA. Here's Cooper Flag.
Which is dumb as fuck.
Fair
Which
enough.
I have no offense. I think Dallas fans are gonna be disappointed in Cooper.
Yeah. Well, depends on if
I think it'll be an okay
Kyrie
player.
can get back from his injury.
In this draft's going to be one of the 2 regular guys. Was it Ace Bailey or
It's amazing that Rutgers has
Harper.
Rutgers has the 2 and 3 best players in the draft, and yet their team sucked.
I just can't wait. For the NBA to come back next
week.
Yes, I can't wait for the NBA on NBC next year to have higher ratings than it does on ABC, because NBC,
I just can't wait for this ESPN fucking crew to be replaced by Inside next year.
Dude, they're fucking gonna
suck.
But they're not gonna be.
Garbage.
No, they need to get rid of Jefferson and Doris Brooke.
I'm okay with Richard Jefferson. Doris Burke needs to go.
They're gonna shoehorn. ESPN's gonna try their best to get Stephen A. shoehorned in.
They don't have
Yeah.
an they're gonna try to find a way out of that fucking 11-year finals thing because they
No,
gonna have
no, no.
to
There's like
because
I think there's a 5 year out for the NBA to renegotiate.
because NBC is going to have higher ratings. There's no fucking way around it.
Well, yeah, because it's gonna piggyback off Sunday Night Football. Then they're gonna do Sunday Night Basketball. Then they're just
Well,
gonna
it's
own
not
it.
even it's not even that NBC just knows how to do sports. It's different from the NFL because the NFL,
I would go
then
that far.
CBS, Fox. Why
'Cause NBC
No,
did
because
set the NHL back a little bit.
they did what?
Set the NHL back a little bit.
Well, nobody watches that shit. I'm only talking about sports that I watch.
I mean, it's
I don't care about no fucking Panthers winning.
I give two shits about the Panthers winning too. I don't even think Florida should have a hockey team.
Dude, can I be honest with you? You give me
I don't even
y'all were
think
talking.
Florida should have any pro sports teams to begin with.
Dog, y'all sitting here in USD talking about Acuna and shit. I'm like, where's Matata? Okay, that's how interested in baseball I am.
Well, that's really all you got. To
All
pay
I know,
reason fucking leave.
all I don't know. Yes, he probably he's. All I know is that Boston sucks, and I'm the Red Sox suck, and I'm here for
Red
it.
Sox
well,
are
yeah.
they're okay right now. I
Why
don't
are
think
they?
they're
Oh yeah, they
doing
trade
shit.
away their best player, and
Stop fucking. That's the second time that you
the owners
agreed
don't
with
give a
me.
shit.
Yeah, I mean their best player currently is injured.
Oh
The
my
owners
god.
can't.
Bregman,
Alex
Bregman was
Bregman.
better. Bregman was better than Devers this year, up until the injury. But
Okay,
he's probably leaving after the season
but
too, so it doesn't really matter.
no, the owners don't. The owners don't give a shit about. The owners don't give a shit about putting a competent team on because they know they'll
They don't
sell
give
out
a fuck.
Fenway every night.
Fenway's just a fucking museum that happens to host baseball games.
It's the same thing with the Cubs. The Ricketts don't care about the putting on a competent
The
Cubs
Cubs at least
team.
pay. Yeah, they
People will
do. They at
flock
least
to
pay.
Wrigley.
That's why they overpaid Greg, the fucking Brewers manager.
It's like going to
Felix care.
Wisconsin. It's like going to
Like
Green
Craig
Bay.
Council.
It's like going to Green Bay. People don't go to Green Bay to see the Packers. They go to see the other team.
They go just to go to Lambeau Field. The
Well,
allure.
that's
Fuck
because
Lambeau Field.
this
Lambeau, most
fuck you.
overrated fucking home field advantage in sports.
Overrated.
It
I saw
well Michael Vick, Michael Vick,
and
Michael
Colin
Vick killed it
Kaepernick
when he
walk
ran
in.
wild.
Colin Kaepernick and
No,
Michael
no,
Vick walk into
no,
Green
no,
Bay.
no. Kaepernick. No. Kaepernick never walked into Lambeau in a playoff game,
You're right. He floated in.
except for the fact that he did in 2013.
He,
Except for the fact that he
he
did in 2013.
Fucking ran wild on you.
like Hulkamania.
No, he
Do you?
ran wild. No.
You
The
lost the
Kaepernick
quarterback.
game was in San Francisco.
It doesn't matter.
The
Okay, let's.
No,
Kaepernick game was in San Francisco.
No, this is a Green Bay.
No, it was San Francisco. I promise you that the 2012 divisional round was in San Francisco. The 2013 wild card round, they won on a game-winning field goal.
It doesn't matter. They still
I
fucking
promise
won.
you.
They still won.
Fuck you. When was the last time the Cowboys beat the Packers in the playoffs? When was the last time? When was?
Yes, it did, Patrick. 2013 playoffs.
Ah.
Oh, it was the calendar year. It was calendar year of 2013, but the 2012 season.
The Green Bay, Colin Kaepernick lead the game-winning drive over the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field to win the game 23-20.
Well, that's just like saying, oh, Jimmy Garoppolo led a game-winning drive against the Packers at Lambeau in the playoffs.
That's like
Who gives a
saying
fuck?
That's like saying
Went
Brandon
through-
Bostic run back a game-winning kickoff return.
Yeah, that's
The
just like
man
saying
talking
Des caught a
through-
fucking football.
He did catch
had,
that.
what the fuck is it?
Patrick,
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see you disappointed this year, Patrick.
And you're gonna be pissed at your fucking team this year.
No,
Then y'all got rid of Jair Alexander. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
well,
What the fuck?
the thing is, he just can't stay on the field. He in the last 3 seasons, he's missed 34 games.
I mean, at this point, neither can Jordan Love.
Oh.
Fuck you. At least no, but I believe in Malik Willis.
You don't believe in Malik Willis. You
We
didn't
got
know who
Malik
the
Willis.
fuck.
We're good.
You didn't even know who the fuck he was before he came into the game.
Yes, I did.
No,
Oh,
the
yes,
fuck
I
you
did. I
didn't.
watched him.
No,
I
you
watched.
didn't.
I
Get
watched
the fuck
that
out of
fucking-
here.
I watched him.
Traded him.
I watched him at fucking Liberty,
Get
and I
outta
remember
here.
a Thursday night game.
You know what? Ain't no one
I
watching
remember
no
a
fucking
Thursday-
Liberty
He
game.
did not watch him at Liberty. He did not
Oh, yes,
watch.
I did. They came.
No one.
Fuck you.
No
They-
one.
no, fuck you. They
Fucking
came to
No
fucking
one.
East Hartford. I watched them. It was Liberty versus UConn.
And you said
Where
that
I got it.
motherfucker. And you said that motherfucker sucks. I hope he ain't never gonna make the league. And then he ended up going to Green Bay.
Bro, Patrick trades him every time in Madden.
The motherfucker said he believes in Malik Willis. Shut the fuck up. No, this man ain't
Oh,
never
yeah,
cared.
no.
This man said I watched.
I trade him for. I trade him for Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey.
You do.
Hey,
Oh yeah,
put
I
some
watched the
fucking
Liberty
sports trade
Flames. Of course I did.
I'm not. You probably did, but you ain't cheer for him. You ain't even fucking like you were. You didn't go. Oh, I wish he was on my team.
Well, of course I didn't because why would I want another quarterback to go with Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love?
Because you need fucking three
I mean-
quarterbacks on a roster.
Yeah, that's why we got Sean Clifford.
Oh my god.
We got Sean Clifford. Penn State. Come on, what are we doing?
No,
Come on.
your new wide receiver is gonna suck.
And then New England's got.
Oh
New
yeah,
England's-
the only reason why he's gonna suck. The only reason why Matthew Golden's gonna suck is because he chose fucking number 22.
And you know what's gonna
No,
happen.
he picked number 22.
And you know
What
what's
the
gonna
fuck?
happen. And you know what's gonna happen in New England. New England's gonna realize they have a team, but they ain't got a quarterback.
New England will get 10 wins. They'll be battling for a wild card spot.
Not gonna be because of your quarterback.
Will be.
Didn't they get?
It will be.
Didn't
He-
they
he
bring
got
back
the weapon.
Jacoby?
No, Jacoby's in. I think Jacoby's in Arizona.
Speaking. Oh, Patrick, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Did you realize? Do you realize that they asked every NFL team would they replace their starting quarterback with Dak? And do you know that every fucking team besides 4 of them said that they would trade for Dak, including Green Bay?
That's bullshit.
Every
Well,
GM said that they would pick
was
Dak
that
over their starting.
streak?
Every GM said that they would
Okay,
pick Dak
that's a lie.
besides
Because
Cincinnati,
Who's-
Kansas
who's
City,
who's Dak
uh,
ever beaten?
Buffalo, and Cincinnati,
Buffalo and
Baltimore, and who was
Baltimore.
No, fuck, it was 4 of them. Cincinnati, Buffalo.
Washington?
No, Cincinnati, Buffalo.
Man,
Kansas
Washington
City.
definitely one of them because I ain't picking
Cincinnati,
Dak over
yeah,
fucking-
Cincinnati, Buffalo, Kansas City, and Baltimore.
Yeah, I call cap because I ain't picking Dak over Jaden Daniels right now.
Yes, they fucking would. All of them did. They said that they would pick
Where
Dak.
Jared Goff?
They said every last one of them they would
I
pick.
take
Yeah,
Dak over
but
Jared.
that's bullshit. Because
I take Dak.
oh yeah,
over Jared Goff.
I'm gonna downgrade from Jared Goff to Dak Prescott.
It's not a downgrade.
It's
You're
not
an
a
idiot.
downgrade. It
better.
would be a fucking upgrade. What are you talking about?
Dak's better.
But there's no way Jordan Love, who by the way beat Dak Prescott in the playoffs.
It doesn't matter. Green Bay beat Dallas in the playoffs.
Won't beat Dallas in the playoffs.
No, Jordan Love, who had a perfect passer rating, beat in 4 touchdowns,
Our tight end ain't never
beat
killed
Right side.
the
nobody.
Cowboys.
Our tight end ain't never killed nobody.
At least, you wish.
Our tight end ain't never killed nobody. I'll tell you that. He was a tight end, all right. He was one in prison. That boy was one behind the scenes. You read about that.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to get Super Bowls, man. If Jerry did, Jerry would sign Henry Ruggs tonight if he could.
You shut your fucking mouth.
I mean,
I mean,
he did sign Greg Hardy like fresh after he suplexed his bitch on a bed of guns.
I mean, that doesn't mean nothing.
it's a shame he couldn't get it. It's a shame he couldn't get his hands on Ray Rice.
It's a shame.
Ray Rice was on the way out of the league anyway at that point.
It's a shame that Brandon Boston couldn't catch that ball. I know
No,
what you're going with this.
It's a shame. It's a shame that Green Bay hires questionable quarterbacks with questionable ethics.
Well,
Yeah, no,
they only have questionable ethics when they go to frickin' Jets.
Rodgers had questionable ethics before then. Same
with Rodgers. I mean, yeah, same with Favre.
No.
did.
Brett Favre was an upstanding citizen. He only
No, the
liked a
fuck
little
he-
bit too much of the drugs.
That man was a piece of shit. What are you talking
Favre
about?
He
piece
liked
of
too
shit
much
in Green Bay.
drugs.
He
He
was
was
a piece
great.
of shit in Green Bay. He was worse in New York.
Unhinged.
Just like Rodgers. Rodgers was a piece of shit in Green Bay. He was worse in New York.
And now he's fake married.
Yeah, he's definitely fake married. And he's gonna be. I'm just telling you, I can't wait till like week 8 when Mike Tomlin's fucking answering conspiracy theory questions because Aaron Rodgers fucking spouted off on McAfee's show.
It's okay.
Listen,
And then week 8 they play the Packers, so it's all good.
and Patrick's gonna be cheering for both teams.
Watch Rodgers fucking drops like 8 TDs, 500 yards on you,
Probably.
and Jordan Love throws 4 picks.
Fucking bullshit.
This man will be like, Rodgers would never.
Jordan Love has another groin injury.
On the bright side, at least you don't gotta watch your team shit the bed in Brazil this year.
I know. He almost had to go to Ireland to play the
Now
Steelers.
you gotta sit there and watch them shit their pants at home or some shit now.
Well, yeah, they're gonna start more than likely 0-2 because they have the Lions and Commies weeks 1 and 2.
Oh wait, you hear this? They're not going undefeated.
They're not even gonna win 10 games.
He just
Oh
admitted
yeah, they are.
will not.
But
He just admitted they will not go undefeated.
Patrick, they're not winning 10
let me
games.
see. I didn't say that.
10 games.
See?
played,
Well,
then.
they're gonna.
You heard what he said. I told Patrick, I said,
Nope.
Patrick, they're not winning 10 games, and he said, I didn't say that.
That games will probably be their max.
So-
That's their ceiling.
They're gonna beat the Lions week 1, beat the Commies week 2,
You already said they're losing.
beat the Browns week 3, Cowboys week 4.
You're not beating the
Cowboys week
Lions,
4.
bruh.
Gonna,
You don't run the NFC North anymore.
bruh.
You're not even gonna beat Minnesota. That's how fucked y'all are.
No, Minnesota. Iffy.
Oh,
I don't know if I
no,
trust
no,
JJ McCarthy.
No. I don't trust Dan Campbell by himself without competent coordinators.
God damn, Indiana's up 20.
Dan Campbell's probably gonna start biting people's kneecaps for real.
God damn, see you Sunday.
And Lions, Commies, they're gonna beat the Browns, Cowboys, Bengals.
On the
Yeah, I
fucking
don't see where
Sunday,
they
win by
lose.
40.
OKC is just half-assing it. They're gonna beat
they're
them in
done.
OKC.
Panther, they better
Yeah.
win Game 7. That's a terrible look. They get the shit kicked out of them in Game 6. Make the excuse we want to win at home just to get your ass kicked in Game 7.
Isn't that sort of what the Warriors did in? Oh no, Warriors Game 6. They didn't have Draymond, so they got
Mm.
destroyed anyway.
At least it's going 7. This is the first series that'll go 7 games since 16.
We about ready to wrap.
In 5.
We about ready to wrap this up because I got to get me some food.
Yeah, I got fine.
Yeah, I gotta go to bed.
Okay, pussy.
All right.
We will be back allegedly next Thursday.
For Night of Champions preview, maybe.
Oh yeah, that's next week.
Yeah.
Night of air raids.
Technically, it's an afternoon.
Afternoon of air raids.
Afternoon.
Well, afternoons in the East, in the motherland, but night in Saudi.
Yeah, this Saudi's the motherland according to him. Okay. We are done.